Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today's expression, 以德报怨. Again, this is a common expression, and normally it's used when people try to reason with you. Something bad, somebody did something bad to you, and the logic is instead of fight back or, retaliate, you use your integrity. You calm yourself down, kind of use your higher moral ground to get yourself out of that vicious cycle of keep fighting back, things like that. So I guess it's highly contextual. You cannot just say this to every situation. But Chinese do have this expression, 以德报怨, to help you get out of yourself, to see things kind of a little bit from distance, and to check into your moral grounds, which represented by the 德, the integrity. I guess this 德, even if I translated integrity, it's almost like your moral system, all the values embedded in you, learned, acquired through your life. And then in the situation when something happened to you that you're not happy about, it's a grudge. I translate it as a grudge. It's some people treat you supposedly unfairly, right? And then how are you going to deal with it? So Chinese have this expression that's, I would say, yeah, it depends whether you're going to treat it with calmness and just don't even waste your time, right? I guess in the social media age, probably you can use this principle a lot, like ignore a ton of negative energy out there. People just like to send out messages. Maybe it's not a happy situation to you, but you can just overlook all that, hold up to your integrity level. Therefore, you don't even waste your time on it. That's a possible applicable scenario. Okay, so 以德报怨. Each one, 以 is a ladle, Chinese twisted ladle point. I'm not sure if our utensils you can see as a spoon or ladle can look like that, but ancient I guess big spoon was captured as this. And why it becomes E, my understanding is the critical tool for you to intake anything liquid form, right? You can eat, you can grab solid food, but when it comes to liquid form, how are you going to handle it? You need a spoon. And this spoon becomes essential tool representation. And whenever you're dealing with something from your toolbox, so to speak, in today's lingo, and then you're going to use that. You're going to rely on that for the tool, and then eventually becomes the E, like with this tool, like with something implied, you're using this as your tool. Okay, integrity. We have the walking sign. Actually, it's a human, well, it's footstep because we are two legs standing being, right? So two legs footsteps are represented symmetrically, like in a mirror image like this. So these are squiggly signs of Chinese abstracting our footsteps through space. And we look from the bottom of the frame, from like you're walking afar, right? And eventually, because it's a symmetrical, we skip the right side. We just leave the left side to symbolize, to give us the sense of this is about a footstepping, about walking. And when we use walking a lot of times, that again got abstracted and symbolized, symbolizing deeds, something you do. And walking is the most visual way to mean you're, walk the walk, so to speak. Okay, the right side, we have the eyeball here. And then with number 10, looks like a cross. But in Chinese, it's a roping technology to record keeping. So this horizontal line means there is a knot over there. And because knot is hardly visible, so somebody put a strike through the rope, the vertical line, to mean there's a number 10 over there. And I guess 10 is the basic unit of record keeping, because below 10, you can still count with your fingers, 10 fingers. Above that, you have to tie a knot, keep it away as a record keeping. So 10 eyes means crowd watching something. So people watching from different perspectives, right? And then at the bottom left corner means the ground. So 10 people examining the ground truth. And then you have the heart symbol. So whatever you observed, you go through your heart. And then you walk the observation. So basically, it came from life. It's truth-based, ground truth-based, like publicly 10 people, 10 eyeballs, publicly agreed upon principles that you embedded into your heart, and you're walking that moral line. So that's a Chinese pretty worthy way to express integrity. But again, it's a very human thing, and it's very abstract. So we use just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 symbols pieced together this concept. I think that's a pretty good job. Okay, but we talked about it yesterday. I recommend you check it yesterday, but on the left side, it means you escape or you resist early or premature death. That's considered lucky, good luck in Chinese culture. The right side, like you got captured, imprisoned, or enslaved. You lost your freedom, and that's considered unlucky. So we have both lucky and unlucky pieced together, means the consequence or the payback. It's determined by whatever you do before that thing happened. So pretty dramatic situation, either escape death or you get captured. The two extreme consequences to emphasize there are consequence or payback for whatever you do. Okay, grudge is made of, again, heart symbol, you can see here. And then you can see this kneeling symbol again. So this is a person in a side view, look, profile view. Somebody is kneeling down and actually sitting on their heels. And here on the left side means night or evening. It looks like a crescent moon. So if somebody is still sitting on their heels in a submission, and then overnight, the heart means ruminating on something. That means that person hold grudge on something. So that's a very super simplified behavioral level of observation. If somebody cannot get over something, that person is going to torture themselves overnight about something. Okay, so that's grudge. And grudge in this context means you hold grudge against some people, probably you attack them in a certain way. And the message here is, even if you got attacked, probably because somebody couldn't get over something, do something to you, but in your perspective, use your integrity to pay back. Like you decide if you want to go the lucky or unlucky way. You treat the grudge with your integrity and the moral standard. Don't go to the level of the grudger. Use your own judgment to guide your behavior. So in a short way, like I checked with ChatGPT, like, oh, this concept is complicated, how to simplify it, just use one English word. It recommends forgiving. I guess in a certain way, it makes sense, but things are probably, when we unpack it, it's probably a little bit more complicated and contextual based. But if we want to super simplify it into one scenario, it's forgiving. It means if somebody treats you unfairly, poorly, you don't necessarily go back the same way, in the same vibe. You go on a separate lane, which is use your integrity to think and then respond, not react. So in general, it's to be kind with people. All right, thank you for your time. See you another day.